I'm a firm believer in New Year's resolutions. The only problem I have with them is my own lack of resolve to keep them.
It's important to think of where are you now and what are some small steps towards what your ideal is.
Take this video. If I make a promise to tone down some of the sharper language in my weekly missives, I know it will last about 2 weeks, much like the gym membership I just bought. Perhaps a different approach.
Rather than a resolution, which is something you're kind of holding as this thing you must achieve, a lifestyle goal is something that you incorporate into your life.
Well, that may work for some. Personally, I like to commit to something more productive. New Year's resolutions for others, like, say, our key leaders going into 2025.
I'm not going to have time for retribution. We're going to make this country so successful again. I'm not going to have time for retribution. And remember this, our ultimate retribution is success.
President-elect Trump. You started the last new year reassuring voters of your intentions. Then you won. Not just an election, but you revolutionized politics here and in much of the world.
What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. And you ought to get back to reporting instead of sensationalism.
Now, no one expects you, or wants you, to start sounding like the Dalai Lama, and I agree with your call to the press. But be a president for all Americans. Deliver where your predecessor failed.
Bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause.
President Biden, try to redeem a little of your battered reputation by being a better post-president. Don't spend your post-presidency like the late Jimmy Carter, sniping from retirement, undermining your successor, griping about it should still be you there.
You still believe he's a threat to democracy?
I think what he did was a genuine threat to democracy.
The early signs aren't encouraging, I'm afraid. You seem intent on ending your presidency, raining down a shower of ordure on the American people.
Is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
A pardon for your son. Shiny medals for Hillary Clinton, Anna Wintour, and George Soros, collected by his son Alex. A cynical, cowardly kick in the teeth for Japan, our vital ally, with your decision to block the US Nippon Steel deal.
This is not about Japan. It's not.
But your new year starts again on January the 20th, after all. Come on, man.
No one can walk away.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
We must stay in the fight.
Don't.
Every one of us.
With respect, ma'am, don't even think about it.
We must stay in the fight.
From a position of considerable strength, you ran one of the worst presidential campaigns in the modern era. And that was back in 2019.
It is with deep regret, but also with deep gratitude, that I am suspending our campaign today.
In 2024, you got a rare second chance. And you thought it was a good idea then to offer a sullen electorate that demanded change a message of joy and continuity.
Let us choose joy!
The third time isn't the charm, I'm afraid. Surely you should be able to find some remunerative board positions. Alternatively, I'm sure Oprah has some openings.
We all are very clear that we want to be climate neutral by 2050.
European leaders, listen to your voters. Stop strangling citizens with environmental goals that make no difference to the climate and merely benefit citizens of far-flung countries.
Russia is preparing for long-term confrontation with Ukraine and with us.
Start to take responsibility for your own security.
What Russia lacks in quality, it makes up for in quantity, with the help of China, Iran, and North Korea.
Revive your moribund economies with a rekindling of entrepreneurship and a rollback of your overweening states. Now, I'm putting my Catholic soul on the line with this one. Pope Francis, follow your predecessor's selfless example and resign the papacy. There are encouraging signs of a restoration in traditional faith in a troubled, secularized world. The church needs vigorous new leadership to affirm and nourish it. This is the time. Okay, yes, before you object, I'll submit to some pledges myself. I resolve, at least to try, to acknowledge my own many limitations, to listen more closely to dissent, to elevate occasionally more than I tear down.
There will be errors, and it's through those errors and challenges we can learn, we try again.